Hello, good people of YouTube. Sealord here, and today, woke up this morning, pulled up my phone, opened up YouTube to see how the Lucian review was doing. First thing I noticed is that the channel had crossed 50,000 subscribers in the night, which is awesome, guys. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. It's a huge milestone right there. We started doing this, 5-6 years ago? And I never thought it would actually get to this point to where we're at 50K, halfway to 100,000 subscribers. That's awesome, guys. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. I know I say that a lot, but I really just can't put into words how thankful I am for all of you guys for watching the channel, for supporting me and what I do here. It's awesome. And I really cannot thank you guys enough for that. But in a different form I can, and that is with the 50K giveaway. So if you're new here to the channel, what I do is I normally release a video, it's usually on a Monday or a top 5 video, something that a lot of people are going to click on and watch, just so that it gets out there the most and everyone has a fair chance of getting word of it. And in that video I'll say, okay, just leave your username or whatever in the comments down below. We get a bot to pick the winner after a week of it being up. So just look out for next Monday's video. Well, not next Monday's video, this coming Monday's video. All the details and such will be in that video, and we're going to be giving away a premium ship a day for a week. So make sure you check out next Monday's video, or again this coming Monday's video for that. And that's my way of giving back to you guys and saying thank you for all the support throughout the years and such. So make sure you tune in Monday for that. Now on to the topic of discussion in this video. So over the past couple of weeks, we've of course gotten several events and different collaborations in the game with varying degrees of monetization. And like the Azure Lane event, like we talked about, it was already a fairly expensive event, and it got even more expensive this go round. We have the Warships anniversary event coming up that was very recently changed to be a slightly better event. The original version of the anniversary event was absolutely neutered. You can check out my video from last week on that if you want the full details. But basically, the TLDR, super containers got nerfed, as we all know, and then they nerfed the amount of super containers you could potentially get in the event, and they made it a real grind fest in order to get the 83 that you could get beforehand. But now you can get 110 very easily if you have a large fleet, which again is what the event in previous years was excellent for. But apparently a silent majority, shall we say, has had enough of Wargaming's hyper monetization and has taken a page out of the War Thunder notebook and has gone to Steam and is letting their displeasure be known there. So if you open up the Steam page for World of Warships, you'll see that the recent reviews, which for Steam, that's the reviews made in the last 30 days, are overwhelmingly negative. And if you go scroll on down and read some of these reviews, it's what you see. They're struggling to find more ways to take money from the players. World of Money has become a pure money making machine. Almost 3 years to really enjoy the game, but now it's impossible to play without money. Not only that, people just modify the prices again and again like they want, and still with the fake publicity about discounts, yada yada, so forth and so on. That's true about the discounts. If you notice, everything in the shop is always on sale. You never see the doubloons at like a normal price. They're always marked down. They say the normal price is this, but we got a sale going on to where you can get it at this cost, of course. And that's something that's been going on for some time now. Of course, not just Wargaming doing it, but they are doing it regardless. So there's two things going on here. One is the hyper monetization of the game and the past couple of really crappy events that we've been getting, and thankfully with the outrage from the anniversary event, we did get the devs to change that. But also on the Asian server, there have been a number of price increases. So what Wargaming does is they do regional pricing, if you don't know. So if the average income of country A is, let's say, decent, you will have roughly normal-ish prices that you'll find in like the United States and in Europe. But if, let's say, you're in country B with, let's say, half the average income of country A, then you'll have lower prices because, well, the average income is lower. And it's better to sell something at a discounted rate than not sell anything at all. So, in a lot of Asiatic countries that have lower income levels, and not just Asiatic countries, but any country that has a lower income level, wargaming usually cuts the prices for that. However, they very recently announced a price increase for quite a few of these regions over in Asia. So these players in these Asiatic countries, which again already don't have a very high level of income, are seeing their in-game prices go up. So that, combined with events like the original anniversary event, the Azure Land event, apparently have driven a not unsizable group of players to the Steam page and are review bombing it. Again, taking a page out of the War Thunder player bases playbook, which, in my opinion, is a very good strategy. Why? Because I can hear some of you already, nobody plays on the Steam client or through Steam. We all have it on the Wargaming Game Center. Sure, a lot of us do. Us older players from, again, playing this game back in 2016, before it was on Steam, yeah. I got it through the Warships launcher back in the day. Then we got the Wargaming Game Center, and then somewhere around there, the game found its way onto Steam. So yes, for us, we've have it through the Game Center, but this new younger generation of players, not a small amount of them, find this game on Steam or hear about this game and immediately go to Steam to download it because it's Steam. It's where all their games are at. So, this does two things. One, it puts pressure on wargaming because obviously having that big old overwhelmingly negative banner right below your game's name on the Steam is, not great optics, obviously. Two, for these newer players that are, looking to get into the game, they see that, and even if you see like a mixed review banner on Steam, you might go, maybe it's aight, and you might read one or two reviews, and of course, you have the positive reviews up there at the top. But when it's overwhelmingly negative, that's typically when players will go in and read a couple of reviews in depth. I know I do, because I'll be going through Steam looking for a new game to play. I'm like, oh, this looks cool, and you click it, and it's negative. Oh well, I'm going to read a couple of those reviews, and then, well, not going to download the game. But it also has these newer players, or these players that are thinking about getting into the game, asking questions. I saw a couple of posts in the subreddit, I think yesterday or the day before, saying, hey, I was thinking about getting into this game, but then I saw on Steam it says overwhelmingly negative as far as the recent reviews go. What's going on in this game? And then, they get into the nitty-gritty of how these events are changing and how the game's getting very, very, very monetized at almost every corner now. And there is a point where it's like, okay, Wargaming is a company, they have to make money, but they have been getting quite ridiculous recently. Again, the Azure Lane events, I have a whole video on that. That's kind of nuts what they're doing there. And then with the anniversary event, with the nerfing the super containers, now you have to play more for less rewards. Thankfully, they did change that. It's still not quite as good as the original anniversary event, but it is a much better event than what it was beforehand. And of course, like we talked about recently, with just the kind of convolutedness that Wargaming puts into a lot of these events, where, oh, here's this temporary resource that you now have to grind out if you want to partake in this event, and then here's another temporary resource for yet another event, and then here's, like, again, the Spanish tokens. We have gold and silver Spanish tokens for an early access event. Why? Was the original way, did the player base get too used to the original way of grinding out the tokens, so we have to have two tokens now? Like, come on, Wargaming. Again, it's a company, it's got to make money, but there's a point where it just does get a bit ridiculous, and in this case, over that line, of course. So, yeah. Now, is this going to actually get Wargaming to change anything? Well, we did get them to change the anniversary event. That was actually pretty quick from their announcing of it officially being that to them changing it. I think they said, shoot, like 3 days, 3 or 4 days, maybe it was a week. I don't know. Time's kind of blurry. You know, it's the beginning of the school year. I'm a teacher. They announced the event, and then I believe within a week and a half, they had said, okay, we see you guys don't like this. Here's this improved event that we're putting out now. So that was pretty good. The Azure Lane stuff, I don't think they're really going to change that because that's two companies working together for a collaboration. So probably not. Maybe next year they'll come out with a better one. I would hope so. It's just kind of silly that you have to buy $300 worth of stuff if you want one or two of the commanders that you missed out on previous years. A little ridiculous there. But going forward, Wargaming, if you are listening, which I don't know, they may not. Who knows? Just make it simple. Like, have a route for those that don't want to throw their wallets at the game to get a couple of free things out of the event like you do right now. But, like, just the convolutedness with all the temporary resources and the hoops you have to jump through to get these temporary resources, and it's a little much, you know? What happened to just, you know, releasing stuff? Like with all these early access events for ships that are like, even resource ships now are going into early access. Like the Brisbane, and then the Laria, the 18-inch SAP battle cruiser now. It's coming out right now for an exceptionally high price of steel, 38,000 steel. And then it's going to be available at a later date for the normal cost of steel. It's a steel ship. Like, only the top, like 10% of the players are even going to be able to get this thing because it's a steel ship and you got to play clan battles or a ton of rank to get it, you know? So why is this having to go into early access now? It's just, you know, there's a group of players that like to say, oh, the game was better back in the day, back, you know, before the CV rework and stuff. And I go, maybe not on that side. But on the side of ships were just released for what they were, if it was an outright premium you bought for cash, free XP ship, or a steel ship. They just came out and you grinded out the resource or threw your wallet at the screen and you got it. There was no hoops being jumped through and all that stuff. Now, why are they doing the whole hoops that we got to jump through and stuff? Well, they want you playing the game more, because the more you play the game, the more you're likely to spend money on it. That's the simple answer. You can go the route of they're trying to keep the service populated, which, yeah, sure, absolutely, too. That's a good trick for that. So, yeah, if you want to contribute to this, feel free to make your way over to the Steam page and let them know what you think about the game there and their recent monetization schemes and such. You could also just feel free to vent in my comment section down below. I wouldn't mind that interaction on the channel. Helps on the YouTube side of things, of course. So, again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. If you did like the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, again, and subscribe to the channel. We just passed 50K, and we are on our way to 100K now. I'm thinking we'll probably have the next milestone. What do you guys think? 70K? Something like that? We'll see what we come up with. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for 50K subscribers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, hope you guys have a great one. And hope to see you guys in the next one.